Okay, I guess I'm live. Um, what's going on, you guys? Back again for another podcast, obviously. Um, so I have a returning guest who came on 2 episodes ago. Y'all might remember him, Alpha Dwayne. He's back again. If you haven't already, check out his fitness page called Dwayne Fitness. All right, let's see if we can get D-Rock up in this joint.
So, where's your cord?
They're in the car. Okay.
All of them?
No. Give me the drink. Ow. That didn't sound right. Man, first meal and I can't really eat it all. That's awesome. I literally took a few bites and I'm semi-full. Oh. Dang. Looks like it's a little slow. Hope everybody's evening's going as good as mine. If you haven't already by now, check out Facebook. I have Apex Keto or Apex by Keto. as a page. All right, let's bring him on. All right, let's bring him on.
What's up, man?
What's going on, dude?
Nothing much, brother. How you doing?
Fucking eating right now.
What you eating on?
Some grass-fed burgers and half avocado because I haven't really ate anything today yet.
Oh, true. Man, I had some salmon and some mixed vegetables. So,
see, I don't do too much on the mixed vegetables, but
okay, it was just carrots and shit. But you know,
that's forbidden on my diet.
True. What's up, brother? So, what we talking about today, man? What's up?
I guess gamers and their spouses.
Yo, so I had did this video before, man, and but I wanted to share this. You know, I wanted to see if you had any any problems with gaming and your spouse or whatever, or do you game? Or it doesn't even have to be really gaming. It's more so like a hobby that you enjoy, or does she like get involved in that and like pull you away from it a little bit?
Actually, she does get into it a little bit, but not too much. For me personally, I don't do it as often, but I want to do more because I don't really have time. So like I spend most of my time working or working out or just doing odd shit that I don't want to do. So
right. So what do you work at, number one?
I'd rather not say. I'll just say it's a grocery chain, and
cool.
Leave it at that because I don't want to, infringe on anybody, and I don't want to get my ass ripped.
Oh no, I got you. I should have better asked you what do you do. So okay.
Well,
I got you.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep that semi under the low because I don't really need something happening because there's crazy people out there.
Absolutely. No, I got you.
I guess from my experiences in past, I mean, either the girl doesn't like it at all, period, or she is okay with it. And if you find a gamer girl, that's just you're living life. That's it.
No, I don't really have a gamer girl, but she just allows me to do what I love to do. It's not like I'm out here doing anything crazy or anything like that. It's just I'm here in the house and
at least you ain't on the street doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's one of those things. But I had a decent discussion with a couple guys the other day, and it was just like I should make that a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like I should definitely talk about that and see what people's ideas are on that. And
so let us know down in the comment section. We would love to know.
Absolutely. I don't really feel like it's a big deal to have like a hobby because we talk about games and I say games, but everybody has a hobby.
But people are making money off of it, so that's another thing.
That's true. And the topic I'll bring up about that is like, okay, well, maybe your girl thinks it's a hobby until you start bringing in some money.
And then when you start seeing them $100 checks, it's just
exactly.
Okay.
Because that one kid, man, he brought in what was it, 3 million?
Yeah.
For Fortnite? It was like $3 million. I'm like, what?
I play that game, so I can't, knock it. It's really good, actually. It's very hard, and I played it on both Twitch and I played it on PC. And PC is a little bit harder. It's like so much more technical because you gotta press every damn button just to figure it out.
Yeah, I bought my son.
I button smashing.
I bought my son a mouse and keyboard. He could hook it up to his PlayStation. So before I go and buy him like the actual desktop, I want to see how good he is on that.
Is it worth it? Do I spend my money well?
Exactly. Exactly, man. But so, that was just my topic tonight. I mean, we don't have to really stay on that. It was just like my thoughts and how you thought
Perceive
about
it.
that or whatever. Perceive it, exactly.
Perception is 9/10 of law. I say that all the time.
Right. That's true. But I definitely enjoyed that last podcast, man.
Oh, with my friend.
I went back and watched it, man. That was dope. Dope, man. We got to bring him in, man. I want to get you guys and stuff on the Man Cave, because I'm starting to do a lot of stuff with the Man Cave podcast.
Actually, he lives in Texas, and he's way out there. I don't know if he would want to fly out here. I mean, deep south. You just let me know, bro.
Yeah, we can do it like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking we could just do it like this.
Yeah.
How many people can you get on the stream on here?
On here, I can do, but including myself, 6 people. But on the OBS, which I'm trying to work, I mean, it gets up to like 12.
Oh, okay.
So I can do either one. It's just trying to. I would have to, like my friend, he was showing me how to use it. So basically, I would have to screen share my screen, and then just do it from the Hangouts, which Hangouts I'd have to literally like call each and every one of you or send out a major like group link so that way everybody could join and then Google Hangouts, and then just like somehow like just upload it to YouTube or something, or I don't know how I would do that, but it's so fucking complex. Like
this is pretty decent though. I like this one.
Yeah, this StreamYard, they were the form of the Google On Air thing, the Hangouts On Air thing. So when that went away, because they took it away like some jerks, because they realized people could actually connect. Then they came out with this guy. I was actually watching one of the creators come up with this, so it was kind of cool.
Dope. But
I mean, this is working for now.
How's your fitness going, man?
I'm at 223. That's about it. I've been climbing slowly. I mean, I've been kind of eating poorly to help with that, because I know a lot of people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're supposed to be eating healthy. But actually,
no, the keto diet you're on the keto diet, right?
Yeah, it's intense. Like, like a lot of people, they wouldn't be able to do. It's like now I've implemented today, which I normally would do this anyway, would be what we call like the OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. So now instead of snacking throughout the day, I'm basically like just waiting till I get home, or I'll eat during the day, and then that'll be all I have. Like I won't do
So when you come in and eat at night, do you have like almost like 12, 13, 1400 calories in one meal?
No, actually I cut my calories, because I mean, I know you're supposed to have at least a minimum, like for me personally, it's like 2200 calories, but I don't do that many, because I mean, no person can, like, there's like, I usually eat between 2 and 9. So 2 and 9, you got that 8-hour window to eat whatever you want. That's within the diet means. And then after that, which I eventually just cut it in half and made it 4-hour window. So I'm basically restricting it. So I'm basically cutting it off. So I'm not getting what someone normally would get, but I use a lot of spices too. So that way my burning
the metabolism.
Yeah. So because your body, like I said, your body is like, your cells are open. So when you're not eating, they're open. So if the first thing you do is drink a chocolate shake, I mean, that sugar and that fat is going to go right into that cell. So that's what helps. That's what makes you gain weight, to where like I said, like these spicy pumpkin seeds, I've been eating those to break the cycle, and then I'll have my actual meal. So which is technically, that's the one meal, because I'd be eating half an avocado like I did tonight with 2 burgers. So What are you, selfie?
Nah, man, I'm doing, I'm doing a little picture, man. Put up on the page, let people know we live.
Get in here, hurry up.
I definitely, I've written a guide for fitness, and I got into fitness back in 2015. I was always into fitness, but then, man, me and my wife
took it serious.
Me and my wife started having kids because I played sports, and I did karate. I played sports when I was in high school and younger, so I was always fit. But when my wife and I started having kids, I said, fuck it.
Well, you get to a point, and see, this is what I try to explain to a lot of people, especially about the keto diet, because they give such a negative view, but they don't understand that even I don't know if you know who this is, but Thomas DeLauer, he's like one of the leading experts in keto. He was the one that was fighting with Jillian Michaels over some dumb shit. I don't know. He just finally touched on it not too long ago. But anyway, he himself still has stretch marks, and this dude's like 6-pack ripped. I mean, it won't go away. You will always have those scars, but at the same time, you can use like different things like cocoa butter and stuff to help the healing process. But it just depends on, how big you are, how long you've had the weight.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Yeah. You're gonna get some type of stretch marks depending on how big you were. If you were,
I mean, I've got them. I know I got them. And that's,
I think I have them. I have a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it don't really bother me too much. I mean, because
ain't nobody gonna be looking. You know what I mean?
My wife, you know what I'm saying? She don't care.
Yeah, so I mean, she's like, I had 3 kids by you. I don't really give a shit. Like,
exactly. I've accepted her through everything, and she's accepted me, and I think that that's the way to go as far as that goes. And that's I feel like with fitness, man, is that it's a consistent thing. People have to just be consistent and self-motivated. There's a lot of people that come to me and say, hey, can you train me? Can you train me? Can you train me?
Yeah, but they're not willing to go the length.
But it's like they need motivation from me. And I always tell them that you have to have self-motivation, because what if we can't get up on a Wednesday when we already planned for Wednesday, but I can't do anything?
Yeah. So
you still need to go to the gym, or you still need to work out, or whatever. You have to be self-motivated. In 2015, I weighed 270 pounds. I weighed 270 pounds. I was a big boy.
That's where I was at.
Exactly.
And I understand.
So now I am 190. I'm 193. 193.
That's perfect. I mean, how tall are you? Like 6'2", 3"?
Shit. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm 6'3".
Let me get this.
No, I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10".
Man, you short.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm thin. It's weird because if you look at me, you'll be like, damn, he thin as shit. Like, he's small. Like, people kept telling me, don't go to like 185. Don't go to 180. You'll be too skinny. That's where I want to be, though. But I want to be ripped. I want to be very,
lean cut. Yeah,
exactly.
Now you understand where I'm going, because I'm 6'3", and me being, I had a customer today say, "Oh, were you 270 pounds before?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man," they would have never guessed that you were that weight, because I wear it well. I can bulk really easy.
Exactly.
Somebody else that's probably smaller than me won't wear that well, and they'll just look like an Oompa Loompa. I'm not saying anything,
Yeah.
But for me, I know I can build muscle, and I can build it quick. If I do the right steps and the right things, I can build it so fast. Like, I can, like, I'll be the white version of The Rock, like, in like 2 years. Like, it won't take long as I keep up with it. And that means working out 7 days a week, not cutting a break.
I had a body goal. My body goal was to my body goal back in the day, back in 2015, was just to get smaller.
Yeah.
I didn't have a goal. It wasn't like I had a goal set to 190. I want to be 190. But when I got to 190, I was like, I'm looking at the guys in Gold's Gym, and those guys are huge.
Yeah.
So
one guy was trying to train me.
I'm looking at him. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be like that, but I would love to be more muscular.
Yeah.
So then I ended up getting a job that was travel construction. took me away from my eating habits and my workout habits. And then I put on a little bit more fat during that time. Wasn't terrible, but it was like, even when I started going back to the gym, I'm like, oh my God, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like
that first day of soreness is like,
it was like, wake up, motherfucker, you back.
If you wasn't awake, you aren't out.
Exactly. So, go ahead.
And that's what I was going to say. You know, a lot of people, when they stop, like you said, they tend to like, oh, well, we need, they need to do their own. They need to have self-motivation. Like recently, I've been getting up at like 4 a.m. to work out because at that time I'm at peak ketosis, which means if I get on the treadmill, I'm going to end up burning the most amount of calories and the most amount of fat right then and there when I get on the treadmill. Or if I do like HIIT cardio, or if I do like just regular push-ups, like my body's going to burn it fast because there's nothing in my tank, nothing left.
Right.
So that's what's good about this diet is that, yes, it's cut, but what I tell people is that you need, like, the thing that I do to help me maintain the weight is carb cycle. This is the main thing. Like, you can eat whatever you want, but make sure your choices are the right, because, I mean, for me personally, like, when I eat shitty, it's just, it makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach because my body is fat adapted. So it's burning the fat. And if I don't continue to eat the healthy stuff, like I bought like spinach and baby spinach and like some other shit. Like spinach is good for when you're trying to break a fast, for sure.
Right.
But when you got somebody who is trying to learn, it's just, and it all comes back down, like my friend said, it's self-awareness. Like you're aware of what you're doing to yourself. You're aware of, oh man, like fuck, I'm eating this. I know I'm eating this. I know I'm going to feel like shit later, but I'll go to work it off the next day. But as long as you know that you made that mistake, it's all about self-awareness and accountability. If you don't hold yourself to be accountable, you'll never get past to your goals. You'll never get anywhere. Like, I'm accountable for when I do stupid shit. Just like if I was to get in trouble with my dad or the principal or whatever, you made the mistake. You got to remember.
The mistake. Exactly. You got to fess up to that. That's your mistake, and you got to go ahead and handle that situation. I did that a lot when I was working out constantly, every day, constantly. I would have me a cheat meal, but I feel like I know self-consciously, like, I shouldn't be doing this. I've been doing so good on my workout cycle. Why the fuck am I? But it's so good.
You know what my thing is because I've been trying to slowly weed out fast food. Like, that's the hardest thing, I think, for me, as far as, like, I'm not gonna lie, I paid for it yesterday. I ate Taco Bell because that's my weakness. I love tacos, but I also like, my biggest thing too is that I try to keep it within the means of keto, even though if it's not, so either Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, which is not really that bad, and then what's the other one? Arby's. Arby's they got fresh cut
Arby's
meats.
is terrible for you, but because the only reason I would say Arby's is terrible for you is because of the processed meat that they have.
And see, that's what I was thinking. Processed. Like, even today, I was just thinking about that. Like, we see a lot of processed stuff. Like, and a lot of it, like, honestly, it's all farm raised, unless it's grass fed, grass finished, and that's something else. I might put the link in the bottom, but Butcher Box. It's a company of grass-fed, grass-finished company, and they do chicken, poultry, beef, and chicken, and pork, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And, like, I think with your first order, you get like a free 2-pound salmon, like wild caught salmon. I'm starting to get used to, like, all this stuff, so, like, it's making me not want to go back.
Yeah.
And I think that I realized that mentally, like, when I started eating grass-fed stuff, like, I didn't want as much. And, like, there's something in, I don't know if it's just me, but there's something in like farm raised like salmon and like fish and meats and stuff like that. I feel like there's an additive in there that makes you like nitrates isn't a problem, but the other stuff, like if they have
GMO.
That's what makes you hungry, and that's what makes you eat more, and that'll make you sick. And I was just saying something to my wife about that today. Is Chinese places? I quit eating Chinese food because even though I love it, I quit. I will eat some crap out of some General Tso's, but I know that there's so much MSG because that's all they use. Like it may not, like you can ask, but they'll say no. One of my friends was teaching me. He used to work a Chinese kitchen, and he told me, he's like, that's all they do is put MSG. It's to preserve it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you think it's overnight and it's good, that's because of the preservative in it. So that's why you want to, search.
I tell people when I train people or when I talk to, I don't really train anybody, but like when I speak to them about health and fitness and things like that, what I like to tell people straight up is that it's more about the sodium than it is the calories. If you're going to be working out every day, you watch your calories, but sodium is where it's really at. That sodium will kill you. It will take you out.
Can I rebuttal this?
Calories, I feel.
Can I rebuttal this?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, so here's my rebuttal to that. Because, so sodium, so we all need electrolytes, right? Mm-hmm. So your sodium is your electrolytes. You need your sodium. But I know there's a
percentage of it that you need.
Yes. Too much of a good thing is bad. I get that. Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Am
I still here?
Yeah. You're still there.
Yo.
Hey. Uh-oh.
Shit.
I guess I'll have to come back. We'll see what's going on. All right, I'm going to turn this off. I'm hungry. All right.
Am I here?
All right, there we go. I fixed it.
My bad, bro.
Yeah, I fixed it. It's okay. Shit happens. But yeah, like I was saying, back to the sodium thing. You need it if you're not getting enough. So even though I'm on the OMAD, if I can eat as much sodium as I want because I'm not getting it. Not in my water. Not like I don't drink. Gatorade's got like the no sugar and just like sodium like loaded, which is good. That's all right.
That's more for athletes though.
Yeah. Well, if you're active and if you're working out.
If you're active, if you're working out, if you all that type of stuff. So yeah, I give you that. Yes.
But everyday person, I see what you're saying. They don't need all that. Mm-hmm. But if you're talking about someone going into a healthier lifestyle, I would say that they would need just as much, but not too much more. Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree with you at all. I think that, but I still feel that the everyday person
that does
not work out as much as us, or is not an athlete or something like that. Sodium is still more harmful than calories is because you got to think about it like this.
I don't even count that shit. I'm just like
calories. Like, I don't look at calories anymore, but I do. I used to when I was 270, when I was a big boy. Of course, I counted calories because at that point it was like
mental state.
Exactly. I don't know if it was more mental, but it was like if how much you're putting in and how much you're burning made a lot of sense at the time.
Yeah, that's like the average like person that is like, okay, I want to lose weight. What do I gotta do? I gotta cut. What's the first thing they do? Calorie deficit, which I've talked about that before, where your body, you want to put it in a caloric deficit to lose the weight, right? Because net carbs is what you gain. That's your pounds. So say like, okay, it's got like, 10 carbs and you got 10 dietary fiber and like no added sugars, but there's 2 sugars. Technically, like with keto, I would subtract the 10 fiber on that and you basically either have 1 or 0.
Mm-hmm.
So your net carbs, you're not really gaining much. That's the best thing about keto in this aspect.
Mm.
But for the average person who, and I'm going to say a carb is what we call a macro. A macro is basically how many macros are you consuming a day? And normally I don't consume more than 10. And 10 is technically 0.
Oh,
He got it. So I don't consume more than 0 basically in this aspect because my body's burning that in seconds.
Right.
So, but for the average person, I'd say an average would probably be anywhere from 30 to 50, because if you're getting at least 30 carbs, I mean that's satiable. I mean people can function off of that for sure. But as far as the sodium content, if you're not active and you're only like maybe you only work out maybe 2 or 3 times a week, then maybe a little bit's all you need. You don't need much.
I was speaking more of sodium, like people that go out and they get these meals and stuff, and
you mean like
get
an
these
actual
like prepackaged meals and things like that.
I don't touch none of that.
Terrible for you.
Yeah,
you know that stuff is terrible.
Back
for
in the
you.
day when you was a kid, like it was okay to have.
It was everything. But I was a kid and I was always running, and I was always active. But now I'm not as active as I used to be.
And I feel like that's what they're doing. They're targeting kids. I mean, in this aspect, they're not targeting us grown ass folk. They're like, hey, y'all know better. Quit eating it.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, we live in a world now, man, where this, I feel like we're actually going in a decent direction now. More people are more health conscious. More people want to be smaller. More people are thinking like, okay, this stuff could kill me. And
I mean, I'd rather die looking good than fucking go outside and break my neck, die from that. Like, I mean, anything's possible.
Absolutely.
So I do believe that if we take into account more, like that's like what I told you about the multivitamins and stuff, how I was starting to like feel better. Like even the ones I take now, there's like, I think it's like 3 or 4 carbs, but I didn't eat but maybe 1 carb, if that. So I'm still in good zones. Mm-hmm. But each person is different. So, but not everybody can be on keto. They might have a deficiency somewhere and they can't, like, that's what I tell people too. Make sure that you're taking your vitamins. Make sure you're, drinking enough water. Like, even though I don't get enough water every day, like I try to drink stuff that already has water in it. Like these Rockstar energy drinks, they have like 300 300 milligrams of B12 in them, but it's carbonated water. So it's like basically like I'm getting an energy drink without having to sacrifice my water.
Right. I feel you on that. I definitely I do those sometimes. But I'm actually getting back into like all of my supplements and stuff that I was once taking.
Yeah.
And my vitamins, like you said, vitamins and all this type of stuff to help me get back into that.
I will say, since I've started eating avocados, I quit eating bananas because they're high in potassium. Dude, they're like fucking. They're high.
Love avocados.
They're high in potassium.
Love that shit. I'm about to go make me a smoothie right now. You up here talking about some avocados?
I'll be like, "What you doing back there?" Avocado.
Man, look, I love avocados, man. I fell in love with them things, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, another thing is, I invested in, not to jump off subject, but I invested in one of those little avocado pods. So basically if I cut just half, so that way it kind of helps me portion out my meal. So I can cut the avocado in half and slice and dice and whatever. And then the other half I can just put it in the fridge and I can eat it for later.
Oh, nice.
I know I'm eating less because normally what I would do is I would just go and buy 2 steaks. Like I literally just bought one. Like I know, and that should feed me and my wife just fine. Like I won't eat that much. Because you figure half, like maybe 1 or 2 ounces, like half pound should be all right. Mm-hmm. I mean, that steak's probably like 16 ounces, so that should be plenty.
I mean, as you get smaller, man, your stomach shrinks. So, that is...
that's key.
Yeah, that's the key right there. So if your stomach is shrinking, you're doing something right. you know, and as your stomach shrinks, you eat less. And I was on it sounds like you're kind of like on an intermittent fast.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's what I do. I'm not as strict as I used to be, but my job helps me. And the reason why my job helps me, I work 3 to 11. So during the day, I go to the gym. I go to the gym probably around like 9 or 10 o'clock, and I'll go and stay till about 12. When I get home, I start my fast. I start my eating part of the fast. And so I don't eat anything after 7:30. But
that's better than me.
but when I eat, I'll have that one huge meal. Like, so when I come home in the afternoon from the gym, I probably have me like a smoothie, or I have my protein shake, or I have something of that nature. You know, when I'm going to work, I have me like a couple boiled eggs or something like that. But when I have my meal, it's my big meal. So that works for me. You know, I've lost weight off of that, and my meal only consists of like 1,200 calories.
Yeah, and see, you're just enough to basically get into that burning. See, for me, I'm trying to intensify it. So I'm eating.
You trying to shrink up quick? Yeah, you sound like you trying to be on some rock shit real quick.
I'm more so like I've been heavy all my life. I mean, that's how I know, and that's how a lot of people know me, because they're like, man, you used to be fucking, you know, fat motherfucker. Who cares? Like, but now, because I've, you know, being my age and being, you know, I want to say like more mindful of what I'm doing. Like, I know that my body is giving out a lot more. I know that once you hit 30, kids, that shit's going to drop. Don't worry about, you know, impressing anybody. Don't worry. Just do you. And that's what I tell people. Just do you. Like, don't worry about anybody else.
That's it.
I know for me, once I started making this change, it made it a hell of a lot easier for me. Like, you know, my back didn't know how to respond to not having that weight on it. So my spine kind of got like a little bit like, I hope I didn't get like a curve or something, but like, I definitely don't slouch as much. I don't, you know.
It changes everything about you, man. With fitness, it changes everything about you. It changes your mindset. It changes the way that the way that you would handle one situation when you were bigger versus how you would handle it when you're smaller. I don't know. It's a psychological thing. I always say that, you know, I even love my clothes now. I love my clothes now because it's a smaller fit. I look better in it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel more confident. My chest is sticking out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's kind of like how I am. Like broad shoulders, just like.
Exactly. So
like I'm Diesel now.
I absolutely love, you know, fitness, man. Fitness is one of those things that, you know, I feel like at some point I will become a personal trainer. I'm actually in the process of becoming that. You know, taking the classes and things of that nature. But I want to do it on a personal level and not in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I want to do my own thing. I want to start my own company. And to be honest with you, man, with the knowledge that you have and the things that you do, man, you should definitely come help me write this book, man. I'm writing a book, literally writing a book on fitness.
I mean, you could use me as like the excerpt, I guess.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, come on in, dude. You know, let's get it, man. I mean, I enjoy having conversations with people that are on that same mindset as me. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to fitness and things like that.
And see, that's another thing. Like, I started changing the way I thought about things because when I think like sometimes, I don't know if you do this, but I think about how I thought back then. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I'll get to it. But, you know, just like your procrastination, it's like, now it's like, okay, if I don't do this, then I'm going to feel like garbage. Or like, I think with keto, I think that this was probably for the best. I mean, for me at least, because I feel like it's pushing me to do more and more. And now, like, I'm thinking about it, and the more I think about it, I think about, oh, okay, well, back then I used to be able to eat like a fucking plate size like that, but now I'm just like, I can't fit it. So I like to help people with that,
bro. That's a good thing.
I definitely like to help people with that because I mean, if you think about it, think about how like other countries view us. Like, oh, Americans, they're always fat and lazy. Like, nah, motherfuckers, the reason why we free is because we working. Like, like there ain't no like, you know, there ain't no like magic pill. There ain't no fucking magic. It's either you get up and get your ass to doing it, or you don't. Like, honestly, and that's where the self-awareness comes from.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And usually, like around 9 o'clock, like especially for me, because like my eating schedule usually goes from 2 till 9. Now, have this stuff called Isopure, which is a low carb, pro iso like whey teen, like protein shake stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making fat bombs out of the Dutch chocolate that I have, and they just weren't going too well. So now I started drinking the strawberry one, and that one helps build the muscle. But really, that's not what I'm looking for. And one thing I stress is that everybody that's going to the gym doesn't have the same agenda. Some people are going to get big, some people are going to get small. It just depends on what they want. It's what do you want? Like, the hell you want? Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
You ask for
what is your goal?
Yeah. Like, my goal, like, I'm surprised. Like, I reached my goal pretty quick for what I done. And that's because I've been pushing and pushing and pushing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been pushing a lot harder than like most people. It takes them probably a year to get where I'm at. Mm-hmm. And that's only because I'm saying that because either they don't go to the gym all the time or they're not eating properly. And this is another thing I tell people is you're like, one of my friends told me, like, your diet is 90%.
Absolutely.
If you can't control that, then the gym's not going to matter. So all that work, you're just blowing it out the window.
It means nothing.
Means jack shit. Like, because, you know. So with these, nothing. So are you trying to like, so you're trying to become a fitness trainer, or are you trying to just like help people get to their?
I want to help people get to their goals because, like you said, you know, we all have different goals. You know, when I first went into the gym, it was all about consistently losing weight. It wasn't about building muscle. But then when I got down, it was like, oh shit, I kind of look good. Let me put some muscle to it. And that's where I'm kind of at now. I'm kind of back in maybe about 10, 15 pounds that I want to remove before I start lifting again, hard body. But I am consistent in the gym. I'm probably going about maybe 5 days a week now. At one point I was going like damn near 7, but I don't have the time on the weekends anymore to go on the weekends. So I still definitely go about 5 days out.
What's your schedule on the weekends?
My schedule on the weekends is my wife works until about 12. So I'm here with the kids and then I go to work at 3. So
can I suggest something?
What's up?
I said, okay, so this is like my friend used to say, you can fucking work out anywhere. So if you have to, do like a little subtle, like maybe 30 minutes or 20-minute hit cardio, maybe like rotation of like sit-ups, push-ups, climbers, up-downs. I mean, you name it.
I know all about that, man. I'm huge into fitness, but I have a fucking asshole of a neighbor that stays downstairs. So,
I've been there.
Until I'm by my house, I ain't doing nothing up this. I'm tired of that motherfucker. So, you know, but you are absolutely right.
I mean, they can't tell you not to do it. I mean, that's all I tell you. I mean, you don't have to do up downs, but you know what I mean. Like,
I know what you mean. I do my I do my push-ups. I do all of that. I do a lot of stuff at the house. I'm not new to it. I'm definitely experienced in this. You've watched my transformation. You know,
yeah, it's fucking incredible.
Thank you, brother. And I have to get back into. It's not the mindset. It's just the routine that I had. Because once I got off that routine, it's kind of hard getting back into that routine. But I think I've been doing good. I just gotta. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. This is what I hate. My mind is going right now. This is what I hate.
Good. That was my goal.
When I left the gym, when I started doing that job, I felt like I was in great shape. When I got off that job, because I hated that job, I looked at myself and I said, I'm not happy. You know what I'm saying? I saw myself and I said, fuck, how did I get back
to where I
was? Not really back to where I was, but like I went back a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like it was kind of like it was kind of heartbreaking to me.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a way of like, oh my God, I'm so sad, I'm so this, you know. It was like, damn, I worked so hard.
Yeah, and you know, that's another face, and I'm not going to say it's depression, but it's like another like different type of like, I don't know, like what's the fucking word? It's like it's not that you're sad, but you're just you're disappointed in yourself that you.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. That's the word. I'm disappointed. I allowed myself to get to that because everywhere we went, everywhere we had a gym at the hotels, and so I did go to the gyms, but it was hard eating like I was eating. You see what I'm saying? When you're on the road, you do not eat the same way that you eat when you're at home.
No,
that's not going to happen. It's impossible. So,
I mean, you almost gotta like. I know, like for me, like especially when I go to like Carolina, because I'm probably going to be going here in about a couple more months. Basically, what happens is you got to find things that, like, even for me being on a strict diet that I'm on, I have to like make sure I watch like what I eat, when I eat, how I eat, like if I'm eating enough, if you know, it's all these things that play in the spot, but you can find it. It's possible. It's just a matter of what do you want to eat, like. That too, because that plays in the part. Then you're like mentally and psychologically psyching yourself out before you even get in the store.
I think people. First of all, I think with the food, I've always told people this: you can, and I don't want to say, guys, if you're watching this, I'm not saying you can just eat whatever you want. I'm not saying that.
You'll pay for it.
You will pay for it, but if you do things in moderation, moderation is the key to everything. If you have a cheeseburger one day, right? You have a cheeseburger. The next day, don't have a fucking cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. I remember when I
don't consistently eat the same shit.
You will gain weight. You will constantly gain weight, and it will not be good for you. But I remember when I first started, because like you said, it was kind of hard to wean yourself off of what you were doing. So you had to gradually wean yourself off.
You almost like, it's almost like and I tell people this because it's always been said, you know, food's fucking addicting. If you eat it, you keep eating it, it's gonna be like, man, fuck, I need to eat like constantly. And then you wonder how like these people, like, and sometimes it could be like a personal medical issue or something, but you wonder how these people are like so huge, like, you know, you don't know what's going on, but like I'm saying, like, just people, like they dwell in food, and that's the worst thing you could do. Like, it's worse than fucking taking heroin.
They definitely overindulge in the food, man, and the food is it's a killer for a lot of people. I remember what changed my life around. I remember my father had a heart attack. He didn't die.
He just had a heart attack.
He had a heart attack, but it messed him up. And I remember as a kid, around like 13, 14, years old, I would always, he used to work long hours. He used to work like 12, 13 hours a day. He was a fitness manager. Fitness manager. Wow. Finance manager. So he was a finance manager, and he would come home from work, and my dad would always have like Chinese food. Not really pizza, but it was always like fast food, wings. Memphis, wings are huge. Buffalo wings and stuff like that. And he would always have this stuff. But I remember my dad told me a few months ago, I never knew this. He was like, I don't eat vegetables. I don't like vegetables. But he's like, I started to eat vegetables because of the scare that I had. And I'm like, that when he had his heart attack back in the day, it was 2013, maybe. Somewhere around there. No. 2005, because my son was just born.
The first one?
My first son was just born. 2005. I didn't really get heavy into it until 2015, but it started to change me. You know what I'm saying? I started to get more
mentally. You were just like,
I'm like, no, like the stuff that we're eating is terrible. I cut out, and I know pork was a big thing for me.
Not for me so much.
I cut pork. I don't eat pork anymore. It's not a religious thing or anything like that. I just don't eat pork.
The best kind of pork chop, and I don't mean to like interrupt, but
no,
the best kind of pork chop is the one that's got the less of the marble and the more on the fat, like ribbon. You want that one. That's going to be your best. If you're going to go pork, as far as like not just keto, but just in general, like
just in general, right?
Yeah, that was just a tidbit, but that's for anything. You don't want in meats. You don't want to like some meats. You want some marble, but you don't want a lot because you want that outer fat. Because that outer fat's what's going to give you the energy. I mean, because you can cook with it, and you know the oils and stuff. It'll keep it like nice and plump. Like
right.
Shit, I love cooking, man.
Same here, bro. Same here. I definitely feel you. I haven't eaten pork in about almost 8 years now, man. When I actually, you know, it was funny because I remember we went out one time and I had something that was pork, and my family, none of my family eats pork. I'm gonna tell you why I got off pork though. And what made me in 2015 change my life. When I went to the hospital, I went to get a checkup. And my dad was like, you need to go start getting a checkup, man. You know, whatever. So I went to go get a checkup, and the doctor was prescribing me pills for high blood pressure. Now, 2015, I was like 29, 28, somewhere around there.
That's about age.
You know, 28, 29 on pills? I was like, no. So I think I took one of those pills because I did have a symptom of high blood pressure, but I started to change my life because I said, I am not going to be one of these people that's on pills at a young age.
Or dialysis or whatever.
Whatever, man. I said, no, I got to change my life. That's what started me to my fitness journey. And ever since then, I've loved it.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like, when you start changing, like, it all starts with your habits, man. Like mentally in your habits. Like that was the first thing that I like initially when I started this was a while ago, but I didn't start rolling in until like my mom, she ended up having a heart attack and she almost died probably like a couple months ago, and she had to have like 4 stents put in her heart. I believe I told you that, but now she's having to go back, and I asked her, I said, you know, what are you eating? Like I know that because this is the same exact woman that birthed me and taught me how to cook and said no woman's cooking for your fucking ass. You're either gonna starve or you're gonna eat. So basically, I asked her, I say, what are you eating? And she would tell me, and I'm like, okay, no. So she quit smoking, which I'm proud of her for that. It's been almost a whole year, and then she's never really drank, so I don't see that as an issue. But the eating,
that's my issue.
The eating is what really like, and you realize like now, like even for me, like I realize like how much time I actually wasted on eating. Like I would spend at least like nobody can eat. Well, most general population can eat like a lot in 8 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you spend your whole day eating, you're basically wasting all that time you could be doing something. So, you know, and I was like, man, what the freak am I doing? Like, I'm spending at least, you know, 4 to 8 hours a day eating something when I could actually be getting, like, which I pay my bills, but I could be getting my bills paid. I could be doing stuff on my car. I could be riding my motorcycle. I could be
active. You could be out there living life.
Exactly. And a lot of people they're like, and I know that this might be kind of hypocritical, but most people spend time playing video games or watching TV or whatever the case may be. But as long as, I mean, if you're making money off of it, that's one thing. That's
different.
If you're just sitting there and you think nothing's wrong with you, and like, I mean, literally, I did this for like almost 20 plus years almost. Right. Like I sat there and I would just, you know, get off school and I'd be like, yeah, I'll go outside and play for a little while until it got dark. Then I would just sit in the house and eat and snack and do all that shit. And it was just not good. Like it would kill me inside. And I knew it was a mental strain on me because I mean, I would do it just to like, to some extent, I was like, kind of happy that I was harming myself at this
What
point.
was it? How old were you around about that time?
About the same age as your oldest boy, I think.
My oldest, about 13.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is a.
That's when wrestling was really popping.
Oh man, wrestling was. Oh, that was the Attitude Era.
Attitude, WCW.
Attitude Era,
I
baby.
mean, shit, I know it all. Like,
I think
as far as that goes,
I think that falls more, and no disrespect, but I think that falls more on the parents.
Oh, I totally agree.
That falls more on the parents than you, because if I see my kid, coming in here every day and he's plowing down and just sitting down, and all that, me personally, hey, you got to get up, dude. You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
There was times my dad did tell me that, and I'm like, I shrugged it off because I kind of have my mom in me in that aspect, but then when it comes to my temper, it's him. So you just tend to like fucking like roll, like let it go,
roll with the punches, yeah.
And then he's like, nah, man, you really need, like, there was a point like I was close to being like having a heart attack at like fucking 17, 18 years old, and finally when my mom and dad decided they wanted to move to South Carolina, or no, Winchester, you're
in VA though, right?
Yeah, I'm in VA.
Yeah, you're in VA. Okay, cool.
I ended up like moving out and moved into a friend's house, and I'm glad that they took me in at the time, and I was just like, I was a fucking lost lamb. I didn't know what to do, and like I had a job, but like within a week, and I was living out on my own.
But what ended up happening, right? You know what happened, right?
They forced me.
No. You became self-motivated.
Yes.
You became self-motivated. So in an instance, you said, okay, enough is enough.
I got to do something.
You told yourself that, and that's what I say to these people, because you can look at me and say, damn, man, Dwayne, he's getting it in, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
I get it.
But I'm getting it in. What are you doing?
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is like 18, 19 years old. I mean, I was out of the house, and I had a job, and I was living with living with my friend's family, and I was paying rent, and I was doing my own thing. Well, I mean, and we all go through those. I was a young man going through some troubles, and his mom, like,
it happens.
God, she was very, very, very gracious with me, and she knew I was going through some shit. Like, I mean, I was doing some pretty fucked up shit. Like, I mean, there came a time, and I know I shouldn't probably say this because it's fucking live as shit right now. I'm gonna leave it at this. I went to the lengths of stealing a battery, and I, replaced another battery for a friend, and I will never forget that, because it came a point in time, like when the friends I had were rolling with, they just fucking royally were like counting on me to take the fucking fall for everything. And it was like, fuck this. Like, I literally went off on one of my friends because I was like, dude, like, what the hell? Like, why am I always the one that y'all have to come to for money? Because I was working and grinding and getting my shit, and they we would party like every fucking week. Like, I mean, like every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I mean, hell, it got to the point where it was like almost every day. I mean, we would get fucking lit 24/7, and then like I'd get up, like I'd go to bed around 3 and get up at 6, take my ass to work. Yeah,
young body. I can't do that shit no more.
Man, there's a story for another time. Like, I fucking got hit by a truck one time. Yeah.
I think that should be a
that was another motivator.
I think that should be a good topic of discussion. I would love to have you come on, man, for my channel and talk about friends.
Yeah.
Do we really have them? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think honestly, I can consider anybody my friend, but if you do me dirty, I mean, depending on the circumstance, I will give you a shot because I'm just that type of person.
Yeah.
But if you continuously fucking do it, we're going to have problems.
We're going to have problems. Exactly.
And
exactly.
I'm very, like, I truly believe that, love does exist within everybody. Like, I truly believe that. Now, it's the choice, whether or not you choose to, share it like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's up to you. I mean, I think from like a personal standpoint for me, I'm willing to go to 110ths to the law, for anybody.
Right.
And that's just saying a lot about my character right now because, this ain't for the camera. This ain't for anybody. This is
Right.
just legitimately in
It's just
general.
who you are.
If you know, like my friends and family both know that I'm willing to go that extra length no matter what. But, don't do me dirty and think I'm going to fucking
just roll with the punches. It ain't gonna happen like that.
Nah.
That ain't happening.
Oh,
I get you on that. Go ahead.
Quick question. Are you friends with a I don't know. Hold on, let me text his name because I'm gonna put it in the private chat because I don't want it all up on there.
Okay.
Do you see it?
You put it on Facebook?
No.
Oh.
It should be on.
Yes.
You are.
Well, I will say this. I'll say this. He's not my friend. He's friends with a friend of mine's.
So I'm gonna say this person. Yeah, because I graduated with him. He's a cool dude, like for real.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, he knows him. I know him too. But
yeah. I've had recent issues.
Oh.
I've had recent issues. But that's one for off air. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still love. It's still all love. It's just that we got to get through that. You know what I'm saying? We got to get through that, and then
you got to break that wall.
And then we'll be fine because, we're all, like you said, man, we're all adults. We're grown. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should be acting like a child, but
sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens, but we also have to get ourselves back together and come and talk like men. But yeah.
I'm going to say like this, okay? And this is the other part of that all love. No matter what, I will always forgive you for what you've done to me. But at the same time, I won't forget it.
Hell no. You're not supposed to forget it. No, because if you forget it, if you're saying you're going to forget it, that means that mistake can be made again on their part. And
but
you
then
allowed it.
If you allow it at this point, then that gives you every alternative to be like, all right, this ain't ever going to happen again. Mm-hmm. We can't cross paths. We can't collect go. We can't, pass go.
Fool me once, can't be fooled again.
$200 here. I mean, it's right. It just ain't happening. Like,
yeah, but yeah, cool guys. Yeah.
I thought they were doing stuff for your channel. That's why I asked.
Yeah. Not okay. Yeah, I mean,
not the first one, but the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we but speaking on, I think that we should definitely have a real good discussion on that. I got to get my kids ready for bed. That's why I was like, I got to do something late at night, but I'm gonna get them ready for bed about 8:00. But especially my daughter. But yeah, man. First of all, do you mind if I put? How do you do in these podcasts? I mean, do you mind if I put it on my channel or?
Yeah, you can. Okay. As far as I know, like the way I have it set up is you. Let me see if I can. Well.
Oh, I can get the video.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking was see, I have to go in and I mean, you could if you get the video. If I could leave the coded thing down there, you should be able to post it to the channel no matter what, right?
Well, I can get it from when you upload it to YouTube, I can get it from YouTube.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I'm not gonna mess with that.
Nah, I don't even worry about all that, man. I just want to, be able to shout you out on my channel, man. And sure. I am about to definitely start doing more podcasts and I got one coming up tomorrow, man, that I may just have you come on in on. We got a few. That's why I've been looking at my phone so much because they've been sending a lot of ideas, for tomorrow. But I definitely may hit you up, man. I think we're all gonna be on around like 7 7:45 or so.
Yeah, I probably won't get it until late. So
okay, what time you getting off?
I'm gonna say what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm off tomorrow. Shit. Yeah.
There you go.
That worked out like a bandit.
I definitely will hit you up tomorrow, man, and see what's up, man. Because it's us three, and you come on in, man. Join. We got some good topics. It's about marriage, dating advice, advice about life.
I don't know none of
that. Crazy shit happens. Crazy funny stories. Gym, next vacation goals, sports. All kind of stuff, man. So come on in, man. Come on in.
Whatever's dank for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, and that's another thing I've been trying to do. Not to cut you off, but there's actually two things. One, I've been doing this thing where like I'll park far away from everything. So if my destination is say to get to my job, I'll park like all the way down at the end of the parking lot, and I'll walk my ass up to the job, even though I have to work like a dog and then walk back. But not only that, is leaving at least 1 to 2 bites on my plate and giving my stomach enough time. They say, I think it's like 20 minutes to digest and get to your brain. Mm-hmm. So that a way you can start feeling full. If that helps anybody.
Yeah. The brain reacts slower than what you feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could feel like, man, I'm going to keep eating. I'm still hungry. But your brain hasn't had time to accept the fact that you're eating and you're full.
It's like that dial-up.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah, man. But man, like I said, dude, I would love to get with you, man, and we sit back and talk about some things, man.
For sure.
I would love. What if you don't mind me asking? Are you close by me in Virginia? I'm in Fredericksburg.
Okay, so Winchester. I'm close to 66. I'm actually close to Woodbridge, that area.
Okay, all right.
So I'm not too far from that, Springfield, all that stuff. So
cool.
Usually, like I'll go from time to time, like when I have like free time at all, which is barely minimum. So, but like if I was to set something up, I'm pretty sure I could get down with it for sure.
Bet, let's do it, man. But let me get up out of here, brother. I was definitely enjoying this conversation, man.
Yep.
I'm gonna get this and put it up on the channel, man. I hope I'm gonna have to cut those. I don't know if they could see me on the chat, so I'm gonna have to cut that off.
No. That's a private chat.
Cool.
Ain't nobody seeing that. That's why I didn't put it up there. Hold on, let me check YouTube just to make sure, because I don't want to ruin. Yeah, hold on. Shit. Yeah, there's nobody there. Okay, all right, that's all right. And no, because what I did was I had to turn the sound off to make sure that I wasn't getting an echo. So when you do go to stream, make sure you go down to the little volume thing and click it off so you don't have the echo in there.
Echo. Okay.
So you can watch the side chat and then you can actually watch the private chat. So it's kind of weird. Like I only have one screen. I'm trying to do like the
dual. Yeah,
because that'll make stuff so much easier. But
yeah, I'm still trying to get my dang on computer. I'm just about to throw that motherfucker out the window, man. Goodbye.
Can't you take it and sell it?
Yeah. It still works really good. I'm probably gonna give me a MacBook. That's my next purchase.
I want to do. I mean, I'm running Windows anyway, but I do want to get a MacBook at some point, but not right now, obviously.
Man, they're more for me. They're just more. I when I was doing music a lot, man.
It's easier.
PCs broke down on me so much.
Yeah, you had to go back, restart everything over. I know.
So when I bought a Mac, it's been no question, Yeah. But all right, bro, I'm gonna get up with you, man, and I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow for my podcast.
Sure. Oh, one more. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So what did you think about Upchurch?
Who was that?
Upchurch. Remember the white boy, the country boy?
Oh, yeah. I checked him out, man. I checked him out. A little, he's dope. He's dope.
He's definitely different. It's a different, and actually,
different vibe.
I'll explain that in the next one because that'll be something we can talk about for sure.
Bet.
A lot of people don't know about that yet.
All right, man. Well, yeah, let me get up out of here, brother.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
All right, peace.
All right, you guys. Links are in the description, as always. And I guess tomorrow you'll see me on his podcast. Later.